Shalom, everyone. We be live. Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, I see people are already in the live chat. Please make sure you like the stream. Also, Sarah is highlighting your comments. So your comments will be highlighted by Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being here. This is the Iranian Sarah highlighting your comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, guys, we have an Israeli Sarah and an Iranian Sarah volunteering for us. That's why I'm saying this is the Iranian Sarah. Thank you. Okay. Also, people are commenting that they're liking the stream. That's very good. Sarah will highlight those as well, and also your comments. This will motivate other people to also like the stream. Anyways, today I have a very important. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. There we go. There we go. Let me actually make it full screen. This guys, this report has been making waves. It's a huge explosion, even on Iranian social media, for example. I've been seeing this being posted everywhere, shared everywhere. Almost everybody that I know that is following Israel and Palestine has seen this video, like at least parts of it. Parts of it are being cut and posted on Telegram, on Instagram. And this video by itself is destroying years of propaganda, of the so-called pro-Palestinian propaganda against Israel, and it's such a powerful weapon that we now have in our hands to be able to defend Israel and also to be able to stand against Hamas and also humanize the people from Gaza and defend them at the same time, and also encourage more people who are pro-Israel to also care about the people in Gaza as well. This is fantastic. We have been given, this is a gift from the devil himself. Okay. This is fantastic. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I don't know who went into Gaza, and oh yeah, actually I do know. This is channel 12. It's in the description. I wrote it in the description. Fantastic job, channel 12. Amazing work. And also, guys, I know some of you are gonna say, what the hell, Armin, this is anecdotal. I have stats for you guys. I have new stats to share with you guys to show that this is not just anecdotal. The trend is in the right direction. We have hope. A lot of you think that I have false hope, that I have like the future of Gaza and the people changing their mind and all of that stuff is like wishful thinking, that this is not, again, I'm not exaggerating. I don't think this is something you could do overnight. It takes time. It does take time, but it takes less time than a lot of people anticipate. Anyways, let's just stop. I'm just gonna get into the video because I know that's why you guys are here for. Okay, so we will watch the video, and then I will also follow up with some stats, by Reuters, so that this is a very good source of information. It's not biased. It's an objective source of information, as objective as it could get, to be honest, right? So so we will also follow it up with just like, if this is not just, we are about making motivations and feelings and providing hope and stuff like that, but we're also about the hard facts. Okay, so we're not just gonna leave you empty-handed with just like, okay, this looks good, Armin, but what are the actual facts? After I show you this, we will also look at the most recent stats that we have available, which are also, they confirm what we're saying in this video. Okay, so anyways, sorry that the intro was too long. I'm just excited. I was just so excited to share, because this confirms a lot of the things that we have been saying on this channel. That's why my intro is so long. But like the stream, okay, because our predictions, our analysis has been correct. Our humanization of people being pro-Israel, being Zionist, and also wanting to encourage empathy and sympathy for the people in Gaza, even with some horrible views we see coming from Gaza, even then we didn't lose hope. I think this is confirmation that I'm correct. We have the Atheist Republic channel is a good source of analysis. So subscribe if you're new here, and also like the channel so that more people find us. Okay, it's very important. Oh, thank you so much. We got a super chat. Well, guys, I will read your super chats every once in a while. Thank you so much, Hope, for help and saying like the stream. I do. Yeah, it's a super chat asking you guys to like the stream. That's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for the support. Anyways, let's just. Okay, so this is people, guys. This is people voices from Gaza. Voices from Gaza. Okay, so somebody saying, "Damned Hamas government, Hamas terrorist government. Please wipe Hamas off the face of the earth. We're with you. We're with you. We're with you." Oh wow! I listened to her saying "we're with you" 3 times. That's very powerful. I have goosebumps. May God. May God take revenge on them. Who wronged you? Who wronged you? Hamas are the ones who hurt us and killed us. Guys, this is just the intro. We will get into actually speaking, like there would be on camera, speaking to people from Gaza on camera. If I see a Hamas terrorist, I'll rip him to shreds. Okay. Oh. Guys, hear the pain in their voice. Oh, look, they took my son, Hamas. See, guys, they're not saying Israel took my son. They're blaming Hamas. They took my son, Hamas. Where did they take him? The last time I entered Gaza on foot through to the Erez crossing was over 15 years ago. So this is the reporter from Channel 12. And today, a year after October 7th, you can enter the Gaza Strip on foot. Today, totally safe. We're going to, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right, guys. If I'm not, tell me. Jabalia. We're going to Jabalia. That's a place in Gaza. The Jabalia campus. You could just walk right in. Okay, I didn't know that. Hey, bro, how's it going? What's your say?
לפני שנה
13 months ago, Gaza declared war on Israel.
חודש עזה הכריזה מלחמה על ישראל. מאז המקום הזה
Since then, the place no longer resembles
זה
itself.
כבר לא דומה לעצמו. הוא הרוס, סגור
It's in ruins, closed off and isolated.
ומבודד. העולם כולו עוסק בעזה.
Well, I do want to get to the parts that they talk to the. Okay, it's coming soon. Okay, I want to get to the. Oh no, this is talking to IDF. I want to get to the part where they talk to the people in Gaza. Do you guys mind if I skip forward a little bit? Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you want to see the entire thing, or do you want me to get to the part where they talk to the people in Gaza? Skip or not skip? Full or skip? Full or skip? Let me know. Let me know in the live chat. I will wait for your responses. Okay, saying I think it's 4 minutes in. Okay. Let me see. Skip forward. Okay, skip forward. Let's go skip forward. Let's do 3 minutes. Oh no, it's 3 minutes in. So actually, let's go. Okay, so 3 minutes in. Then the crossing is open.
יציאת ג'באליה.
The Jabalia exodus has begun.
החלה.
السلام عليكم حجي.
Okay, so somebody's saying link to full here, guys. If you search, it's on the, you can see it's on the AL, what is this? AL, okay, I will just link to full. I will just link to full in the chat, okay? But stay here, go watch later, okay?
شو الوضع جوا؟ تفضلي.
Okay, tell me what is like inside.
الوضع كله سيء يا بني حسبي الله.
My God, take revenge. Oh, what? Look at see. Tell me what's it's like inside, guys. So look at the questions. When you see people condemning Hamas, again, I know some of you are anti-Israelis. Channel 12 is actually a very good source of information. But I know some of you, because it's an Israeli channel, you might think that this is fake. But again, I have stats for you at the end that shows that this is not fake. But if the way that this is being asked is actually genuine, which I think is genuine, they're not even asking them to condemn Hamas. Like the question, it seems like the attack on Hamas is just unprompted. But look at, so he's just asking, tell me what it's like outside, okay? And says, go ahead.
الوضع جوا تفضلي.
الوضع كله
It's tough, my
سيء يا
son.
بناي حسبي
May God take revenge on those who uprooted us and killed us in our
الله
homes.
علشان شاطونا وقتلونا في دورنا.
ومين قتلوكوا؟
Who killed? Look, he's the Israeli journalist asking, who killed you? And the woman answers, Hamas.
حماس
حماس قتلوكوا؟
Hamas killed you? And she confirms, Hamas killed us.
اللي قتلتنا. حماس اللي صوب
Hamas wounded me and killed us. Hamas.
وقتلتنا. حماس.
حماس مسؤول عن كل
Hamas is responsible for everything we see
اللي
here.
بنشوف هنا.
كله اللي هي.
It's all them. It's all them. Guys, unbelievable.
والدمار.
All the destruction, and then she responds, all the destruction is on them.
هي الدمار هي.
طب ليش ما بنسمع صوتكم؟
By the way, guys, when it says who elected Hamas, just remember that Hamas was elected. Again, they got the most votes, but they didn't get the majority vote. And that was years ago. And also, even if you get, I don't know, 30%, 40%, 50% of people in Gaza being against Hamas, that's still a huge fucking number. I would be impressed with 10%. That's a number we could work with. When you say who elected Hamas, please don't adopt the collectivist mindset of blaming. Yes, a lot of people in Gaza are to be blamed, a lot of them, but not all of them. We have to, our hope is based on the main hope that we have is rested upon the ones that don't or didn't. Okay, so yes, I'm not going to stop blaming the people who brought Hamas in power. Okay, but let's just not generalize all of the people in Gaza. There's a very significant number of people in Gaza that didn't support them then, and there's also a significant number that didn't support them now. And when I say significant, I will consider 10% to be significant enough as a starting point. But actually, the numbers seem to be actually a lot higher. So let's continue.
والله ما احنا قادرين.
Okay, so she says we can't breathe.
يا خالي والله ما احنا قادرين نتنفس.
Yeah, fast. Okay, look, another woman. May God take revenge on Hamas. And the journalist is saying, what?
شو؟
حسبي الله.
Look, the journalist, it seemed like he wasn't even, like the first lady, the journalist started asking her, and she said, like, she started shitting on Hamas, okay? But this woman, the journalist, the second woman, the journalist hasn't even lifted the mic, and she's like, hey, I want to shit on Hamas. Do you want to listen to me? Look at this. Like, it's completely unprompted. Look, may God take revenge on Hamas. And then the journalist asks what? The question comes after she starts speaking.
شو؟
حسبي الله عليك.
And she says what? And then the lady says, may God settle the score with Hamas. May God take revenge on Hamas.
يا حماس. ينيد منها حماس. دمرونا.
They destroyed our lives, our children's lives.
دمروا أطفالنا. دمروا بيوت.
They destroyed our houses. We used to have a life.
إحنا كنا عايشين. إحنا نهداه.
We want you to rule. We want you. Oh my God, guys! I haven't seen the entire thing. I'm watching the entire thing with you because I've seen only clips of it, and I got so excited that I just started the stream without actually watching the whole thing. I haven't seen these parts. Okay, so she said, "We want you to rule here. We don't want Hamas." She's telling the Israeli, "We want you to rule here." Oh my God, guys! Do you not? I want you to feel these people's pains, okay? This is important. The whole nation hates Hamas. They hurt all of us. Okay, I see a lot of super chats. I will respond to the super chats very soon. Let me just get a couple of Gazan voices in, and then I will respond to the super chat.
ليش ما بنسمع صوت؟
Then why don't we hear your voices on the outside? Why?
برا ليش؟
بنموت.
We'll be killed. We'll be killed if we say anything. They'll kill us. They'll kill us.
بنموت لو إحنا طلعنا لو
That's why they're blurring their faces.
حكينا أي كلمة بكل.
Okay, Amir, I will respond to that. Just start that, and then I will respond to these comments.
لونا انتم مش عارفين
You don't understand. Our people are miserable. We're miserable.
الشعب غلبان احنا الغلابة الشعب غلبان
Our nation is miserable and is a victim.
رفعتي اذا رفعتي صوتك
If you speak out against Hamas, what will happen?
ضد حماس شو بده يكون؟
بيقتلونا
They'll kill us. They're terrorists. Okay, actually, let me respond to the comment that Amir made, and I also read the super chat. Thank you, Sarah, for making sure that I respond to the people. Okay, Amir saying, Armin, some will argue they say it in front of Israeli cameras. What will be the motivation? Again, I also remind people who are new here, I have stats at the end of the show once I go through all of this to show that this is not just a few people. The stats also confirm what we're saying. Okay, so there's a huge swing in the other side against Hamas right now. And also, what would she get out of this? She doesn't even know that her face is going to be blurred at some point. So there's, to me, the fact that she knows that this is being in front of camera, and the fact that she's saying this to an Israeli camera actually makes it more genuine, because Hamas in Gaza will punish these people for speaking to an Israeli camera and condemning Hamas to an Israeli camera. Like what you're saying, Amir, actually makes what she's saying more legit, because what she's doing is more dangerous. This shows to me the level of desperation and dissatisfaction that makes her, the pain is so strong that she's taking a risk. So the point that you're making is in our favor, because she will get nothing from the Israeli side for saying this, and all the risk and potential harm from Hamas. Remember, for people who don't know, Yahya Sinwar was arrested and went to jail initially not because he killed Israelis, but because he was killing Palestinians, condemning them for taking positions against Hamas. That's what Hamas does to Palestinians. So the fact that she's doing this in front of an Israeli camera makes it more believable, not less. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? Anyway, let me also read the super chats. Shira with the super chat, thank you so much. Saying this same reporter has a story about Gazans fleeing the strip before October 7th. Channel 12 aired it a bit after October 7th, though. Okay, interesting. I might look into that. Thank you for the information. And also, Enric is saying, aren't at least some say whatever the powerful around them want to hear? Guys, like, what do you mean the powerful around them? The powerful, what do you think they will get out of from this Israeli reporter? The powerful around them? Like, no, guys, these are humans. They respond to threats and devastation like you and I. Okay, humans are humans before they're anything else. The threat is, the motivation is to remain silent. These people, after speaking, they will be in Gaza. It's not like the Israelis are going to let them in Israel because they said something nice in front of a camera. She's going to remain in Gaza with Hamas there. So what would be the motivation? What would be the motivation of, oh, you're so powerful, so I will say what you want in front of the camera? What would they get out of this? They will get nothing out of this. The only thing she's inviting to herself is threats, is the danger of being hunted down by Hamas. So I don't understand what would be the motivation to not speak, other than an absolute desire to get her voice out. I don't see what other motivation. Again, and also I have stats at the end of the show to confirm all of this. She's saying Hamas are terrorists. Everyone say, oh, now she's saying to other people, everyone say it with me, Hamas are terrorists. Look, everybody else, like, she was so confident that if she asks other people to say this, the other people will also say it. Look at the level of confidence that she had. She said, like, hey, everyone say it with me. Look at the demonstration that she made for the journalists. So this is not just my opinion. If I ask everybody else to say this, they will also shout this at the same time. Look at this. Look at this. Everyone say it with me. Hamas are terrorists. May God take his revenge on you, sin war. May God burn you in your grave. Oh my fucking God. Oh wow.
الله يشحننا يشحنك يا رب أبرك.
شو شعرتي لما
How did you feel when you heard Israel had killed sin war?
سمعتي انه اسرائيل اغتالت سنوار؟
زغرتت.
Wait, okay, look, she's happy.
زغرتت
Oh my God, I was happy.
وانبسطت.
الصبع
Okay, so this word, a lot of you, I don't know how to pronounce it in English. In Persian, we call it kelkele. You know, when Arabs, when something happens, they go, I don't know, how do you say it in English? The sound that they make when they're happy and they're celebrating, we call it kelkele. So I didn't know there's an English word for it. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. So she said I did that sound. Kulu lulu. Yeah, I don't know what you got. So I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyways, so she did that. She made that sound. I don't know how to. I would make it if I knew how. Yeah, kulu. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So she made that sound, celebration sound.
سمعتي انه اسرائيل اغتالت سنوار؟
زغرتت.
I ululated.
زغرتت
I don't know what that is. So she was very happy and she made that Arabic celebration sound.
وانبسطت.
السبع عشر رأيت كنتوا فرحانين.
No, somebody's saying tribe. Yeah, I rejoice. I don't know how to read that. Okay. You guys were happy. Okay, so he's asking this woman, you guys were happy on October 7th? And she says no.
بعدين
لا مش فرحانين.
So a year later, look around. So she said, look, a year later, you look around. So she's saying, no, we weren't happy.
لا والله ما احنا فرحانين.
Look, no, we are not happy.
والله ما احنا
We're not happy. Look at our children and our little ones.
فرحانين صغارنا واطفالنا والله ما احنا فرحانين.
We're not happy. Guys, at some point, you have to understand that the objective world will get to you. It doesn't matter how much. You know what? I'm going to philosophize this. After I will tell you why I think these are genuine at the end of the show. I will not philosophize right now. I would just want to watch these reports with you, but then I will tell you what my philosophy about all of this is. Why Islamic propaganda will always lose. Why all sorts of delusions are. You might think that people are easy to brainwash, but you could fool people for a while. At some point, reality will catch up to people. And this is why the people who stand for the truth will always win at the end. Because you cannot fool people forever. Reality is very persistent. At some point, people will figure out, no matter how deluded you think people are, at some point, reality will catch up to them and they will realize what's happening. I will make that point at the end of the show. So these people know 70 years of brainwashing. At the end of the day, when you see that, okay, we had some sort of a life, October 7th happened, and now we are fucked, they know, they understand who they have to blame. They understand that none of this would have happened if Hamas didn't do October 7th. So no matter how much Islamic or woke or Marxist or whatever different brand of brainwashing you want to do people, reality will eventually have the upper hand. So she's saying we're not happy. We cried. So she's saying we cried and wailed on October 7th. We're not happy. We were happy when you opened the crossings. Oh, guys, like as much as I'm, this is really bittersweet because I'm actually my heart is aching for them. These we have to relate to the pains of Israelis, but it's important for us to show our humanity here as well and try to relate to their pain as well. So she says we were happy when you opened the crossing, so we could work and eat and drink. Yeah, because like a lot of people in Gaza knew that it was the Israelis that were giving them work before. Like a lot of people in Gaza, by the way, can you start the person who said she's lying? Okay, I want to respond to that person. A lot of these people don't highlight these motherfuckers, just star him. Doesn't deserve highlighting. Star him. So a lot of these people from Palestine, they knew that their lives were getting slowly better and better and better because of different initiatives that were started by Israelis. And it was Hamas. It was Hamas that fucked everything up. Okay, let me respond to this fucking idiot in the live chat. Okay. So where is it? Has it been started? Yes. Okay. So yeah, Hollywood is saying she lying. Okay, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. Fuck off. You don't deserve to be on this channel. You have no fucking idea who she is, what her experience has been. You have no fucking idea. You just want to hate the entire groups of people in Gaza and just come up with a general judgment for all of them. You have no fucking idea if this is genuine or not. It looks genuine. If it's not genuine, then please give her an Oscar, because I know many people in Hollywood that cannot act like this. So fuck off. Fuck you. And if you think this is a channel that is just going to come hate entire groups of people, honestly, I want you to subscribe. Unsub. Like, seriously, unsub. I don't want, I know a lot of YouTubers want their channels to grow as fast as possible. I don't want this channel to grow as fast as possible. I want the right type of subscribers. I am completely okay for this channel to grow slower, but we gather around a group of people around us here that are not fucking just spreading hatred. Okay, we defend Israel. We are Zionists here. And one reason why we defend Israel and we're Zionists is because Israel is a country that's citadel-based life. Israel conducts war in a way that tries to protect the highest number of civilians. These are the reasons why we celebrate Israel. So fuck you. We don't want this kind of a defense for Israel. You are bad for Israel. The people like this who have a collectivist mindset and want to just anybody that is a Muslim or an Arab, they think that by default they're fucking liars. Okay, that's, Israel is a great country because it gives Arabs and Muslim citizens equal rights. And again, Gaza, we want the best for Gaza. And again, this is one reason why I am for a one-state solution. I want Gaza to be part of Israel, because I know people in Gaza will have much better lives if Israel takes over Gaza. I know people in the West. I want Israel to take over this entire fucking place, not just for the sake of Israel, but also for the sake of these Palestinians, because I know their lives would be significantly better. I don't want Palestine to exist because another Muslim country is not good for these people. So fuck off with your hatred here. Unsub. Unbelievable. You have no idea. This is a rotten mind in a collectivist. Are some of them acting? Yes, some of them actually. Look, bring that star back. I unstarted because I ran out of the patience with that guy. That motherfucker. You start that again, because again I unstarted. So I know what these people do. They go find some other people who I know there is propaganda from the pro-Palestinian side. I've seen the fake videos that they make. But you're such a moron that you don't understand that you cannot attribute this to every fucking person you see. This is a rotten mind and a collectivist mindset instead of being individual. I will prove to you at the end of this show with stats that you're wrong. Anyways, let's continue. So we're not happy. Whoever told you we're happy is a liar. A liar. We're finished. But there's talk of resistance and Hamas. No, Hamas and no resistance, not among us, guys. And also, guys, the whole fake videos that they make, all of them are in the direction of supporting Hamas. You fucking moron. You fucking moron. The propaganda that you see that some people fake, the fake videos that come out of Gaza, none of them. Why would they fucking make propaganda saying that we're anti-Hamas? It's the Hamas people that make the fake video to show that there's support for them. This is not. Why would they make videos anti-Hamas? This is what Israel. This video. These so-called lies is good for Israel. Like, they're going out of their way to be acting this well to create a video that actually is in favor of Israel, that makes Israel look good. You fucking idiot. Unfucking believable. You're moron. You're a moron. Okay, so she continues. No, Hamas and not resist and not among us.
حماس ولا مقاومة في الشارع.
من المسؤول اللي
Who brought you to the who brought you? So the journalist is asking, who brought you to the condition we see today?
نشوف الآن
ابن القحبة الصنوار
That son of a bitch Sinwar, may God burn him.
يحق عليه طلع ايش عمل فينا.
Look what he did to us.
لعن ابوه.
تحبش
He ruined our lives. And then the journalist is asking, you don't like Sinwar, huh?
مباراة
سلام.
Saying goodbye, I'd like to leave.
بدي
Really?
اروح انا. خلص سلام.
And he's like, enough, goodbye. So he doesn't want to say more.
كله يلحق عليه.
شو القصة؟
Everyone is lying to us. What's the story? What's the story?
شو القصة؟ انتوا كنتوا فرحانين
Okay, this is no story. You were happy on October. So the journalist is saying you were happy on October 7th. What happened?
17 شو صار؟
ايش شو صار زي ما انت
So the boy is saying, what happened? As you can see, look what you did to us.
زي ما انت عملتوا فينا. بغيتونا.
So see, you screwed us over. So see, like guys, you can see that there's other people. This guy is saying you Israelis screwed us over after October 7th. So you can see it's not just a completely one-sided report.
אנחנו ניגשים אליהם, מבלי
So what?
אנחנו ניגשים אליהם.
We approach them. By the way, guys, I know the people who are really upset, who are seething right now that I'm showing this in the chat, is because there are people, on all sides that want the world to just be black and white. That they want things to be simple. They want to be able to identify who's wrong just by their ethnicity or their nationality or their religion or whatever. Just be like, okay, I would just easily label all of these people on this side as evil and all of these people on this other side as good, because their minds work in black and white, and they go from 0 to 100. They have no nuance. They don't understand things are in spectrum. And because the world becomes too complicated for their simple fucking minds, they have to just divide the world into twos, because 3 is too complicated for them. Anything above number 2 is just too complicated for them. That's why they have to divide everything into black and white.
אנחנו ניגשים אליהם.
So the reporter is saying we approach them. And guys, again, this is why we celebrate Israel. This is Channel 12 News of Israel. People in the chat are like saying that these people are, this is fake. They don't understand that this is Israeli media. Israeli media is a lot more trustworthy than you motherfuckers, you idiots. So saying we approach them.
מבלי שיש לנו מושג מה...
Okay, not knowing what we are going to hear, we just let them talk. Okay, so the guy is saying that we're just randomly going to them, and we're not basically asking. We don't know before what they're going to say before we ask them these questions.
אנחנו הולכים לשמוע. פשוט נותנים להם לדבר. והם מדברים.
And they speak in a unified voice.
בקול אחיד. כבר לא חוששים.
No longer afraid, no longer asking to blur out their face or hide their identity. It's interesting because they're still hiding their identity, but they are now feel more, they feel a little bit braver when it comes to just because before when they talk to them, they would say something, and if it was something that Hamas didn't want you to say, they will also ask, like, would you blur my face? Like, would this be anonymous? But now they're just coming out and saying these things. I think they're becoming a little bit more confident saying these things because Hamas has been ruined, because Sinwar is dead. I think they're feeling a little bit more secure just coming out and saying these things. Maybe that's the reason.
לא מבקשים לטשטש פנים וזהות. ייתכן שזה...
Yeah, and also, guys, remember, because Sinwar was the main person in Hamas that went after Palestinians who spoke against Hamas. So now that he's dead, that might be the reason why they're more confident. Okay, so the reporter is saying it may indicate Hamas is getting weaker. Yeah, that's what I said. It may reflect their despair. Okay, so he's saying that there might be two reasons: because Hamas is weaker, or also it might be because the despair is so high and that's the reason why they're coming out and so confident and less
זה
afraid.
מעיד על היחלשות חמאס.
Okay, channel 13 is radical left, hosting anti-Zionist. Like, yeah, but guys, I know a channel, you guys don't like channel 13, but I celebrate Israel for having a media that is diverse with opinions.
מבקשים לטשטש פנים וזהות. ייתכן שזה מעיד
It may indicate Hamas or
על היחלשות חמאס, ייתכן שזו דווקא עדות לייאוש שלהם, לתחושה שאין
the feeling they've got nothing to lose.
להם מה להפסיד, כנראה.
Is probably a combination of the two. Okay, yeah, I think his analysis is more accurate than mine.
שמדובר בשילוב של השניים. ולמרות הכל,
Despite that, we've chosen to blur out their faces. Well, good job.
אנחנו בחרנו לטשטש את פניהם של אלו
Of those who broke through the barrier of fear.
ששברו את מחסום הפחד.
كيف للآن
How is it that even until now, 13 months after the war began,
سنة وشهر من بداية الحرب كيف ما شفنا
we haven't seen any local power?
أي قوة داخلية محلية
So that was the journalist asking. So let's see what this Gazan person is responding.
بتطلع.
So he said, like, why are you guys not to rise up to replace the Hamas? It's like, why haven't you guys basically risen up to replace Hamas after 13 months?
حسب حماس
ما بنقدر.
So he says, we can't. Why?
ما بنقدر. حماس
We can't. Hamas uses force everywhere.
مستخدم القوة في كل مكان.
لسه
لا
Still, and the reporter is asking still, and the man is saying, yes, they keep doing it.
ما زالت. يعني أنا مثلا
If I want to speak out against Hamas, I'll do it. But after that,
بدي أروح أهتف ضد حماس. إلى بحكم حماس. بهتف بس بعد شوي
إيش مصلحين
and then says militants. So the reporter is saying militants will come and shoot you, and the man says yes.
إنه بتخوه.
ما بجرى ما
And the man is saying, I don't know what would happen to me. So to stay alive,
بعرف إيش اللي بجرالي. فبالتالي عشان أنا أحافظ على حياتي بضلني ساكت.
I'd rather keep quiet.
كيف أنت مش خايف من حماس؟
How are you not afraid of Hamas? Like basically saying you're speaking now.
كيف مش خايف تحكي؟
How are you not afraid to say what you're saying? Like, okay, that's a good question. He's asking good questions. Like, so why are you speaking to us now?
إيه اللي بتحكي؟
أنا حاليا
He says, I'm not afraid of Hamas now because they're not what they used to be.
مش
Interesting.
خايف من حماس لأنه حماس تقريبا مش زي قبل. يعني حماس
Meaning Hamas in the beginning of the war is not what they are today.
أول الحرب مش زي حماس اليوم. اليوم إحنا من الحرب
We're 13 months after the beginning of the war.
سنة وشهر.
ضعفاء؟
Okay, they're weekend, so he's asking?
ضعفاء؟
تقريبا.
Yes.
نتنياهو لو
Okay, so this man is saying if Netanyahu had wanted peace and quiet from the start. Okay, so this man's face hasn't been blurred. So I'm assuming that's because he doesn't have an anti-Hamas position. So he has probably as an anti-Netanyahu position. That's why they didn't feel the need to blur his face. So let's see if I'm correct. So the man is saying if Netanyahu had wanted peace and quiet from the start,
النقا والزين من الأول ما كان من الأول
we would have had it already back then.
هو
He's the one who funded the Hamas. He gave to the Hamas. Wow. Okay, this is actually interesting analysis.
اللي مون حماس وهو اللي أعطى حماس هو
So he's saying, so he's also not pro-Hamas, but he's blaming Netanyahu for funding Hamas.
ولا كان يجيب لهم
He gave them money from Qatar. He gave them money from Qatar.
المصاري من قطر هو كان يجيب لهم المصاري من قطر هو اللي قواهم.
Why does this man has access to Israeli media? Because this information comes from Israeli media that is criticizing the government. So he says he strengthened them.
أكثر من هيك.
There's nothing more to say. So even the person who's blaming the Israeli side, he's blaming the Israeli side for supporting Hamas. Okay, let me actually see two super chats. I will read them really fast. Thank you so much. Shira saying, look into it. Gives you the truth when Hamas is in power. Yeah, I mean, I know the truth. I've seen the stats. I've seen the reports, but I will look into it. But I've followed this. I know what's happening. All right, but thank you for that suggestion. Enric is saying if they actually reported Hamas positions and were hostages, I'd be more likely to believe them. Many are in the habit of repeating who is powerful, not IDF. Okay, Enric, this is a ridiculous take. Who is in power only affects what you're saying if the person who's in power will actually give you something if you say the right thing, or take away something from you, or threaten you if you do not say what they want you to see. Just because somebody is in power, everybody is, the main focus is what is in their best interest. So I don't understand what you're saying. The person who's in power, the people who have immediate effects in their lives is Hamas, that is already there. The person who's in power, Israel has always been more powerful in that region. Israel has always been more powerful compared to Hamas in that region. So I don't understand what you're saying. They're getting nothing out of saying these things, and they only bring themselves risks and costs. So it's not as simple as you're making it out to be. That makes no sense. You're trying to simplify the situation here. Again, I have the stats to back up what I'm saying. I will show you at the end of the show. Like, oh, they will just say what? Why? What would be the motivation? Just because they're in power? What would they get out of this? If somebody says something because the person in power wants you to say it, is because the person in power will reward you or threaten you in some way. That's not what Israel would do. Israel is not going to go and be like, "Oh, you said the thing that we wanted to hear. So coming in now, we will give you Israeli citizenship." What the hell? It makes no sense. Yeah, the IDF is not going to stay there with them. That's a reporter. He's going to leave. And Hamas will stay there. Hamas will continue staying there. The person that will be influential in their lives is the Hamas that is still there. God damn it.
هو اللي قواهم.
These are really simplistic takes, guys. Like, you're making human mind and motivations. You're acting like these people are aliens. Just like, think about rationally, what would you do if you were in that situation? Like, you act like these are like these people are made out of something else. It makes no sense. I know you're trying to alien these people as if they're different from us.
أكثر من هيك.
אנחנו נמצאים בלב
Okay, so to continue, so another reporter is saying, we're at the heart of the Jabalia refugee camp,
מחנה פליטים ג'באליה, מחנה הפליטים
the biggest refugee camp in the Gaza Strip.
הגדול ביותר ברצועת עזה
Okay, so yeah, and along with, I don't know how to pronounce these places. So you could just see, along with Shuja, I wish it was written in Arabic instead of English. Shujaiya, Hamas' biggest stronghold. So they're close to Hamas's biggest stronghold.
צד שוג'אעיה גם המעוז הגדול ביותר של חמאס. חלק גדול מהמחנה
A large part of the camp has been conquered.
נכבש שליחים הרעות.
As you can see, tank forces, army. I want to get to more like people speaking here. Yes, let's go to more people speaking. Yeah, there we go.
בבית.
So what is she saying? Why did you stay in the camp until today? So he's asking this. Oh wait, because of our kids and my husband is handicapped. So I was afraid to get him out because of the overcrowding. Handicapped people could fall, so I was afraid to get my husband out.
كيف الحياة
How has life in the camp been in the past few months?
مخيم بالأشهر الأخيرة.
Guys, also, I really love Israeli media because, look, a lot of people think that the Israelis are trying to be blind to the situation of people in Gaza, that they do not care about them, that they suppress that information, that they only care about what's happening in Israel. But look, we have one of the main Israeli channels going in and asking, okay, what's your situation like that there? How's your life here? What are the conditions here? You can see Israeli media is interested in the conditions that people in Gaza. So, you know how the rest of the world sometimes try to make Israelis act like these are monstrous people who do not care about anybody who is not Israeli. You can see that, that's not the case. Israeli media is like going in one of the most important media and channels in Israeli news is going out and asking people in Gaza, what's your condition like, right? So she's saying there's no food and drink, fear and dread. and the hunger and thirst
أكل ولا شرب وخوف ورعب وجوع
and hunger, and we have
ما
no
فيش أكل
food.
عندنا.
Then it continues, Hamas brought Nakba, catastrophe on us. Nekbat, we call it in Persian. Hamas brought Nekbat, catastrophe on us.
حماس شو عملوا؟
What did Hamas do? Okay, so oh, look at this. This was, again, somebody who wasn't, somebody just, look at this.
وجوع وما فيش أكل عندنا.
حماس شو عملوا؟
So you see, this was another person that just wasn't even being approached by the journalist, and just somebody said something, and then the journalist saw that she had an opinion, so she went after her, right? So you see, what did Hamas do? And then she says, brought Nakba on us. And Nakba is actually is Nekbat. It's a very powerful word, like catastrophe. It's like disgust, shame, something really bad. May God bring Nakba or Nekbat on them like they did to us. Hamas ruined our lives. We're a miserable people. Hamas destroyed us. Guys, and I also know why a lot of you in the chat are trying to say that these people are acting and these people are lying and this is fake, because you guys want to otherize the other side and make it easier for you to just hate them, okay? And you don't understand war is more complicated. I know it's emotionally, it's more difficult to support Israel when you see so many people on the other side are dying, and you want to support Israel, and you're seeing when you see they're dying on such large numbers, you might be tempted to just act like they're all just evil, and they otherize them, and to make them less than human, or consider them to be so different from us, to not have sympathy for them, so you could more easily support Israel and what they're doing in Gaza. And I'm telling you, you have to do the hard work. I support Israel while I consider every civilian death in Gaza to be a catastrophe, to be a tragedy. I still support the IDF and Israel, not because their lives don't matter. It's because there's no way else. There's no other way. Because no more people would die if Israel doesn't defend itself. And Israel does everything in its power to try to reduce civilian casualties. I know it's easier to reduce these people to something that won't matter to you, to all liars, to all people whose lives are not important. I know it would be easier emotionally to support Israel in that way, but I'd rather do the hard thing. I'd rather do the more difficult thing. I'd rather care for these people and still support Israel. I know that's emotionally more difficult, but it's worth it. Because again, I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but I will keep saying it. When you're fighting monsters, you have to be careful not to turn into a monster. I know that many people have said this, but again, the terrorists will win more if they rob your humanity away from you. Do not become like them. We're fighting for humanity here. We support Israel because we're fighting for humanity, and these are our fellow humans. Okay, so yeah. So she's saying Hamas ruined our lives. We're miserable people. Hamas destroyed us. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody saying, you take them to Iran then. Unsub from my channel. Get the fuck away from here, you disgusting piece of shit. Hamas took away our aid. Again, I'm not saying that Israel should take them in. Okay? Nobody should. It would be a disaster for any. I'm not saying this is a multi-year project. I'm not saying these people should be taken into Israel. Okay, they should stay in Gaza. I would be in favor of the walls on all sides of Gaza. That would be that would be horrible for Israel to let them into Israel or to any other country. It would be a disaster for any country. They should stay there. The walls should stay there, but we should slowly work on de-radicalizing Gaza, and eventually, maybe a couple of generations down the line, hopefully rebuild Gaza and make it part of Israel and make the Arabs in Gaza more like the Arabs in Israel. It has been done. It has been done, so it can be done again.
احنا شعب غلبان حماس اكلت كابوناتنا اكلتنا حماس
Let me just say, they're evil. Look at this. You are more like Hamas, Michelle, than you understand. You understand? You are like Hamas. They're evil, just generalizing entire group of people. Fuck you. Like, you're evil. If you're talking about entire group of people like that, you're the evil one here. And I don't want you on this channel. Why are you, when you are this anti-human, why are you subscribed to a humanist channel? Fuck off. You don't belong with us. You don't belong here. Get the fuck away from here. I don't want your subscribe. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, this is important. Hamas ruined our lives. We're a miserable people. Hamas destroyed us. Hamas took away our aid, humanitarian aid. They took everything. Guys, this is why. This is a confirmation for why Israel had to constantly find different ways. This is why when people try to demonize Israel, not sending humanitarian aid to Gaza, as much as many United States or other countries want, this is the reason. This is the reason. This is what the Gazan people are confirming themselves. Hamas takes away their aid. So if all of these humanitarian organizations, if Israel listened to all of them, if Israel listened to the United States, Israel will basically be sending support and fund and ways of increasing their finances to Hamas. That would be an aid to, it wouldn't be aid to Gazan people, it would be an aid to Hamas. This is why Israel was correct to stop the aid, to try to find different ways to get the aid in. That's why the aid was smaller than it could have potentially been. This is the reason. The people in the chat that think this is fake, you're fucking throwing away the justification for everything Israel has been doing in the past year. Michelle is saying you don't know their ideology. Fuck you. I've been an ex-Muslim. I have studied Islam all my fucking life. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I'm anti-Islam. I've studied the Quran. I've studied the Hadith. I've studied the Sunnah. I studied the Tafsir, and I know that it's evil. And you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You're telling me I'm an ex-Muslim. I spent half of my life in Iran. I'm an ex-Muslim Iranian Canadian. I know more about Islam than you could even imagine. Fuck off. Look at the arrogance of this lady. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, so you're being emotional. So you're not, okay, Michelle, the butcher, okay, so you know what? I understand why you're being illogical, okay? I'm sorry, okay? Saying they butchered my best friend. Okay, I forgive you for all the irrational points that you have had. I understand when, okay, you know what? I'll take all of that back. If something like that happened to me, I probably wouldn't be rational either, okay? I'll take everything I said against you back, okay? Again, when you have such a tragedy happen to you, I understand why you might have not so very good takes. Anyway, stop then. Okay, Sarah, stop highlighting Michelle because she's obviously had experienced a tragedy that maybe we shouldn't be highlighting her. Again, Michelle, maybe this channel is not the best for you, okay? Maybe you shouldn't be here because you're not going to like my takes. Damned Hamas. Okay, so she's saying, damned Hamas government. Hamas are terrorists. What, so she's saying, wipe Hamas off the face of the earth. We're with you. We're with you. We're with you. Okay, this is powerful. Listen to her. Wow, the powerful when he said, we're with you, we're with you, we're with you. And the journalist is shocked. She's like, you're with us? Meaning with the Israeli people? She says, the Israeli people, everything good comes from them. Everything good comes from them. Everything good comes from you. Wow, that was fucking powerful. That was powerful. That was fucking powerful. Hold on, listen to this.
الوجود. احنا معكم احنا معكم احنا معكم.
انتوا معنا يعني انتوا
Meaning, you're with us. Look at the journalists can't believe you're with us, meaning the Israeli people.
مع اسرائيل.
مع اسرائيل.
The Israeli people, everything good comes from you.
خيرنا منكم. ثقة احنا جوز ما يدخل علينا.
My husband, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Some of these people in Gaza knew what their lives were like because of Israeli people. She says, my husband works for you. All the good is with you. You're the blessing. I'm sorry. You know, anyway, so, you know, guys, a lot of these people, they had Israel had this program, this I don't know if you guys know, this work visa program for the people in Gaza, to bring them to Israel, to work in Israel, to make money, to take that money back into Gaza so that they could de-radicalize them. And they were trying to expand that program. Unfortunately, like one big mistake that with the program was that they're giving the work visas to Hamas officials to pass them around. But the program was intended to build Gaza up, to give them hope for the future. Hamas ruined it. Hamas ruined that program. But the intention was to this. You know, she had a husband that worked with the Israeli people, that was trying to, they knew that Israeli people were trying. They knew Israeli people were trying to better their lives. Some of them understand this, okay? So she says, my husband worked for you. All the good is with you. You're the blessing.
انتوا الخير عندكم انتوا البركة. ها
وشو بالنسبه
Okay, she said, the journalist asked, what about the resistance and Hamas that are supposedly protecting you?
المقاومه وحماس اللي بيحميكم.
She says, finish them off. They're liars. We don't want them. They've ruined our lives. We don't want them. You're in the right. You're in the right. You're in the right. We don't want Hamas. Hamas rule should fall. If I see a Hamas terrorist, I'll kill him. I swear I was happy when you killed Sinwar, who destroyed and killed our children. Really? She says, I swear, again, that word, I ululated out of joy. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it in English. We call it kelkale in Persian. Okay, so the journalist is asking, what message would you like to convey to the Israeli people who are watching? Look at, she's putting her hand on his shoulder, like look at that. And then she says, may God return your children to you. She's talking about, I think, the children who died on October 7th. May God return your children to you. May there be peace and may we coexist with you. There's nothing better than peace. And then the journalist asks, is that realistic? And she says, yes, it's realistic. Wallahi, it's realistic. And then he says, the journalist asks, after what we saw on October 7th and in the past year, so like after October 7th, how is that realistic? She answers, I hope it doesn't happen. And she says, thank God, God willing, you'll destroy them. So the journalist is basically saying, how could we have peace after October 7th happened? And she says, like, I hope you destroyed the people. I hope you destroyed the people who did October 7th. And then after that, we coexist. God willing, you will destroy them. Keep going all the way until you destroy them. We've left our homes. Now bring them down on their heads. Wow. Okay, shit. Hold on. Look at this part.
ان شاء الله بتمحوهم ضلكوا وراهم لغايه ما تقتلوهم سيبنا بيوت
We've left our homes and now bring them down on their heads. She's saying those you could bomb those places. We're not there. She says we have evacuated our homes. We left our homes. Now bring them down on their heads. So she says those homes are empty. We left them empty. Just bomb the shit out of that place. That's what she's saying.
بيوتنا دمروها عروسهم
Holy fuck. Yeah, let's think. Wow. That was so fucking powerful. Look at that.
الحمد لله ان شاء الله بتمحوهم
One more
ان شاء
time.
الله بتمحوهم
God willing, you'll destroy them.
ضلكوا وراهم
Keep going all the way until you destroy. Hey, Biden administration, look at this. You want ceasefire? This woman is saying go all the way.
لغايه ما تقتلوهم سيبنا بيوت
We've left our homes. Now bring them down on their heads. Holy fuck.
بيوتنا
That's powerful.
دمروها عروسهم
דבר כזה לא קרה.
So the journalist is saying in 20 years reporting from the terrorists, nothing like this has never happened.
קרה לי במשך 20 שנותיי ככתב בשטח.
In 20 years reporting from the terrorists, nothing. Yeah, okay.
לא צריך
I didn't have to do anything, just hold a microphone.
היה לעשות כלום. פשוט
So the journalist from Channel 12, he's shocked. He's like, 20 years of doing this, he has never seen anything like this. He says, I don't have to go to them. I just have to hold the mic and they come to me.
להניח מיקרופון. הם ניגשו אליי פה.
They approach me, unloading their frustration. Look, they're so desperate for somebody to hear them.
קים את התסכול, את השנאה, את הכאב,
The hate, the pain,
את כל מה שנצבר
everything they've accumulated in the past year.
אצלם בשנה האחרונה. ואי אפשר היה
And there was no mistaking who they see as the big enemy.
להתבלבל במי הם רואים את האויב הגדול.
May God take revenge on Hamas. Okay, so long live Israel in the chat is saying, Armin, what do you think needs to be solution? You need to do what these people are telling you, okay? You need to say no to ceasefire. You need to finish the job. You need to destroy Hamas. You need to destroy Hezbollah. And then you need to go for the head of the octopus, as Netanyahu says himself. You need to go for the Islamic Republic. And you need to unite with the Iranian people. Israeli people and the Iranian people need to unite with each other to bring down the beast in Tehran and finish the job, not just in Gaza, not just in the West Bank, not just in Lebanon, not just in Yemen, but also in Iran. That's the solution. All of this is coming from Tehran. That's the fucking solution. The source of your problems is in Tehran.
ואי אפשר היה להתבלבל במי הם רואים את האויב הגדול.
So this person is saying, I hope an F-16 missile from the Jews hits them. I hope an F-16 missile from the Jews hits them. Oh, that's a young boy saying this. Oh. The Jews are better. May God take revenge on those who have wronged us. May God settle. So now the man is saying, may God settle the score with them. Who wronged? Another journalist is asking, who wronged you? Who wronged you? So because they say, every time they say, look, it's so interesting because when they say, may God settle the score with them, the Palestinians themselves, they think it's so obvious that they don't need to clarify who they mean by them. But other people around the world, if they hear this, they might think they're talking about the Israelis. So the journalist is asking them, who wronged you? Who are you talking about? Hamas wronged us. Hamas are the ones who wronged us and killed us. It's a Nakba. Yeah, I know, guys, somebody said F-16 is not a missile. So obviously the kid means a missile from an F-16. You're correcting this little boy, okay? Okay. We're like, well, actually, F-16 is not a missile. Okay, good job. You corrected that little boy. Okay. Hamas are bastards, the boy. It's a nakba. It's a nekbat, as we say in Persian. It's a catastrophe. May God bring nekba on them. May God take revenge on them. Look at the frustration in his voice. Listen to the frustration and tell me he's fucking lying, you idiot. Some people in the fucking chat. Tell me he's lying. Look at the frustration in this little boy's voice.
حماس اللي ظلمتنا اللي قتلتنا.
هذول شربوطة حماس. هذه النكبة. الله يكتبهم. الله ما يحكم معهم. يا رب يقتلهم اليهود. يا اليهود أحسن منهم.
I hope the Jews will kill you. The Jews are better than you. The Jews give us food, bring us everything. Yeah, Ronnie's saying, look at the vein in his neck. Look at the level of anger. Look at the frustration. He's saying, I hope the Jews kill you. The Jews are better than you. The Jews give us food, bring us everything. Allow us to have a humanitarian corridor. May God take revenge on Hamas. Wait. See, the flag shows we've surrendered. That's it. So they have a white flag. We've surrendered. We're thirsty. We have no water. So he's asking, the journalist is asking, Gaza has surrendered? And the boy says, yes, that's it. Gaza has surrendered. Please give me water. And then the journalist is saying, do you have water? We're exhausted. And then the journalist is saying, somebody bring them water. What the fuck? The journalist saying, who's responsible for the condition you're in?
Hamas.
They're saying Hamas. Hey, you forgot to blur his face. This guy's face should have been blurred.
Hamas.
Do you have water? Water. Hey, somebody gives this boy some water. Water. Please, water. Did anyone bring the water? Thank you. And all this time, soldiers are standing nearby. Hey guys, somebody ask the people who want to generalize all of these people. What about this little boy? Is this little boy? Is he lying as well? Are those fake cries, motherfuckers, in the chat? Some people. Is this little boy that is crying in the heat and thirsty? Is he crying? Is he lying as well? Okay, so saying guarding this, I'm happy that Israel is more kind than you guys who think that you're supporting Israel. I'm glad that these Israelis, look, this is why I love Israel. I'm glad that these soldiers are giving water to these people. Okay, I'm glad that Israel is trying, even with all of this Hamas shit, all of these stealing of the aid, Israel is still trying to find way to open new ways, humanitarian corridors for the people in Gaza. This is why I love Israel. This is why a lot of you people who think you're supporting Israel, you do not understand Israel. So guarding this enormous human snake, handing out water, assisting anyone in need of assistance. Yeah, thank you, IDF. Thank you to the IDF giving assistance to anybody who needs it. Okay, this is Israel. If you're saying fuck all of these people, you are not Israel. This soldier that is handing out water to the people in Gaza, this is Israel. This is Israel. This is Israel. If you're saying fuck all of these people, you're more like Hamas. If you care for these people, you're more like Israel. So he's asking, it's okay. They want to help you, okay?
Okay.
So I think this woman collapsed from dehydration. He's saying, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. May God take revenge on Hamas. Okay, look, she wasn't even being asked. She wasn't even being asked. And she said, may God take revenge on Hamas and the wretched day they came to us. Butchered them. Look, it was unprompted. They were saying, like, here's water, don't be afraid. And then that lady over just unprompted, just said, butcher them, butcher Hamas, kill them. Wherever you see them, butcher them. We don't want them. We want them to leave us alone. Tell them to leave us alone. We don't want them. We want Hamas to leave us be. May Sinwar's heart burn. May Ahmed Yassin's heart burn. I have never heard this phrase before. But Hamas is part of you. They are Palestinians. That's what the journalist is saying. Oh, Hamas are Shias. Okay, murderers, bloodsuckers. Wow, I've never heard this before. Hamas are Shias. Okay, so I think I understand what's happening here. So even when it comes to religion, she's trying to, this is what I'm understanding here, okay? I think she's trying to, because guys, I'm under no delusion. The religious identity and the religious belief is still a powerful thing among these people. Just because I'm an atheist activist, I'm not going to act like it's otherwise, okay? To try to humanize these people. But they're trying to find a justification in their own religious mindset to otherize Hamas. And because Hamas gets support from the Islamic Republic in Iran and they're Shia, that's the angle that she's going with in her own mind to otherize Hamas from the rest of the Palestinian people. Okay? That's what she's trying to do in her own mind. You know, or what's happening. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong about this. If this is something, I've never seen this before. I knew Yahya Sinwar before he died. He even came out and praised Hussein, you know, to get more sympathy from the Islamic Republic in Iran, to get more support. And, you know, and I think like all this closeness with the Islamic Republic has given the excuse for some Palestinians to try to, you know, even when it comes to a religious identity, separate themselves from Hamas. That's very interesting. So, okay, so little Ariel is saying, I think so too, Armin. That might be what's happening here. I'm not sure, but that's very interesting. By the way, guys, please understand, I'm not saying that these people represent all of Palestine. I know there's still a significant portion of people in Gaza who support Hamas, okay? I just want you to understand that there are also many people who do not, okay? Just like the people who are saying like all of the people in Gaza are to be blamed and fuck all of them, just like they are wrong. I'm not taking the extreme other position to say like, hey, everyone in Gaza is like good people with the right opposition to Hamas. I'm not, it's not black and white, okay? I'm not going to the extreme other end, okay? So just please understand what I'm claiming. I'm not saying everybody in Gaza is just their hands are clean and not to be blamed. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to show you that this exists. And I will also give you the stats once we finish with this video.
هذول جزء منكم هذول فلسطينيين
Hamas murderers, bloodsuckers. Oh my
هذول اولادكم.
But they're your children, your Hamas's mothers. Okay, so she's saying like the reporter is saying basically your children joined
انتوا
Hamas.
امهات حماس.
And she says those are not our children. Okay, that's a wrong R. Those are not our children. They're mercenaries. They should leave us alone. What more do they want? What's left in the strip for Hamas to want? What's left in the strip for Hamas to want? She keeps saying the same thing. What's left in the strip for Hamas to want?
عن انتصار.
They talk about victory. It's victory. So the reporter is saying that Hamas is claiming that this is victory. This is what victory looks like, apparently. And the woman responds, there is no victory.
هاي انتصار.
ما فيش انتصار. حسبنا
May God take revenge on Hamas.
واللي بنصر.
And on whoever supports the Hamas. We don't want Hamas.
بدناش حماس.
اللي بشوف
Look at the frustration in their voice. Look at the desperation. So now the reporter is saying, I see the soldiers handing out water to the children, to the women.
بوزعوا المية على الأطفال على النساء بشربوهم.
Oh, no, that's not the reporter. Another person from Gaza is saying that. Okay.
اللي
So,
بشوف الجنود بوزعوا
I see the soldiers handing out water to the children, to the
المية
women,
على الأطفال على النساء بشربوهم.
letting them drink.
دليل إنه في
It shows they're humane and all that. So now the reporter asks, and if it is what the other way, and if it was the other way around.
عندهم إنسانية. وهذا
Okay, so I think the journalist.
إذا كان بالعكس.
Okay, so I think the journalist is asking what would Hamas do if they had the upper hand, if this was like situation where they were like, okay, so what would Hamas do? I think that's what he's asking. And if it was the other way around, so that's the question. But
إذا كان بالعكس.
it was the other
إذا
way
هدول
around.
كانوا يهود.
If these were Jews, okay, and Hamas was here, for example, right? So it's like the IDF is basically handing out water to these Palestinians, women and children. So the reporter is asking if the soldiers were Hamas and these civilians were Jews, what would be the case? How would it be?
وهاني كانوا حماس مثلا.
حماس والله ما بتشوف.
Hamas? Okay, so the person is saying they wouldn't give us a drop of water. They let them stay thirsty.
جربنا نقطة مية. والله لا تخليهم عطشانين يروحوا على
They'd stay thirsty all the way, die of thirst.
آخر السوافة عطشانين يموتوا بالعطش.
By the way, guys, apparently this is what genocide looks like. Apparently, if Israel is trying to wipe out as many Palestinian people as possible, make sure that they die, but when they're thirsty, they're going out and giving them food and water. This is apparently Israel doesn't know how genocide works. This is the most failed attempt at genocide I've ever seen in history. Wow. Israel, did you not know if you're trying to wipe out an entire group of people, you do not actually give them water when they're dying of thirst? Like, how? Wow, this is like really bad, like 0 out of 10 genocide, score from genocide. What the hell? Worst genocide ever. Fucking hell. Okay, so what is this woman is saying? This girl, okay, so they're who? This girl, they're who? What? Are you more humane, or is Hamas, who's supposedly Muslim, more humane? So guys, remember, in their vocabulary, in their understanding, saying somebody is Muslim and saying somebody is humane sometimes to them means the same thing. So when you say supposedly Muslim, it means like they're not good people. Again, that's their ideology, okay? And I'm not agreeing with that.
مين أرحم؟
Who's more humane? So the journalist is asking, who's more humane? And the woman says, you're more humane. You're trying to wake her up. Hamas is the one who did this to us. Hey guys, the people want to demonize. What about these children? Okay, do you guys want to hate them as well? These people, do you want to hate these people as well? Is that the people who were trying to simplify the hatred going on around? Like, is that your? We don't want Hamas. Tell them to leave us alone. Look, my son was killed. What did he do wrong? My son is not Hamas. My son is not Hamas. What did he do wrong? It's interesting because I think if her son died, her son probably died from under Israeli bombardment. But she understands that even though it was an Israeli bomb that killed her son, I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think she's wrong. She understands that even an Israeli bomb killed her son, it wasn't Israel responsible for the death of her son. I think she understands that. Okay, so he says, but you were happy on October 7th, weren't you?
فرحانين مش هيك؟
And she says, no, we weren't happy.
فرحانين ما كنا
We weren't happy. The Hamas traitors did this to the Gaza Strip.
فرحانين هدول الجواسيس الخونة هم اللي عملوا في القطاع هيك شوف حماس
If I see a Hamas terrorist, I'll rip him to shreds.
مرزوق ماذا أخذ ابني
Hamas took my son. Hamas took my son. Where'd they take him?
ليش أخذ ابني من
Why'd Hamas take my son away from me?
حماس
Look at the anger. Listen, guys, listen to the anger in her voice. I'm not going to
القطاع
talk.
هيك شوف حماس مرزوق ماذا أخذ ابني حماس أخذ ابني حماس وين وداه ليش أخذ ابني من حماس إيش عمل له
What did he do to them? What have they done to the Gaza Strip?
إيش عمل للقطاع
Okay, let me actually really quickly read some super chats. So Les is saying, Armin, you are such a bright inspiration of how human beings should be treated. Oh, thank you, Les. Saying, I am happy for Israel, but scared for Ukraine. Do you think after Israel defeats terrorists, Israel will offer military aid help? Do you think after Israel defeats terrorists, Israel will offer military aid? Help will fill the gaps. Military aid to what? To Ukraine? Or I don't think so. I think you're. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Ukraine. It depends on if Putin accepts Trump's ceasefire or not. That's very unpredictable. I don't know about that. But if you're talking about after Israel defeats terrorists, Israel will offer military. I don't think Israel will offer military aid to Ukraine, if that's what you're saying. I think they need all that because this is not going to stop for a very long time. Like Israel needs to act after all of this. Israel needs to focus on the Islamic Republic. It needs to focus on Iran after this. Even if the Lebanon war is completely finished and the Gazan war is completely finished, they need to focus on the immediate threat after, which is the Houthis and also the Islamic Republic. I don't know if I understood your question properly. If not, let me know. Sam is saying, thank you for this program. Today, highlighting the silenced voices of Gaza. Our hope it'll help to achieve some real solutions. Yes, guys, again, at the end of the day, the only way to get eventually, I know for a lot of people in Gaza they're too far gone. I understand that, okay? But this should give us some hope for a couple of generations down the road. This is the only way that we could make things work out, is these types of narratives need to be highlighted because this is the only way that we will eventually have peace in this region. So military achievements are important, but it's not enough. This is the other side of this war. And okay, so Lithium is saying, hi Armin, is there a growing concern about malnutrition in Gaza? Yes, it is. The COGAT, I don't know what that the numbers for the humanitarian aid getting into Gaza in October has been the lowest since the start of the war. Yes, it has been. I actually looked into that. It's devastating, but it's difficult. It's difficult because a lot of the humanitarian groups are actually that were responsible for getting the food in. We're working with Hamas, and they cannot be trusted, and that makes it's making it more and more difficult to get food in. It's very difficult, but Israel is not to be blamed. It's Hamas to be blamed for making it very difficult to get the humanitarian aid into Gaza. So the sooner Israel managed to destroy Hamas's capability to control anything in Gaza, the faster we're going to get to the point where we could get more. The sooner Hamas is destroyed, the faster we will be able to get to a position where we could get more food and more water and more medicine into Gaza and start rebuilding Gaza. But again, guys, remember, rebuilding Gaza requires, this is why Israel should stay in Gaza, because rebuilding Gaza requires Israel to stay there to make sure no terrorist groups ever manages to get hold of Gaza ever again. and also Israel should take control over the media and the education system to stop the brainwashing of the children. That's why Israel should not leave Gaza ever again. Benny is saying, we need your voice, Armin. Thank you. Wish I had more. Oh, no, Benny, it's okay. You guys do not support this channel. Thank you, first of all, for your kind message. But also, please do not support this channel financially if it's even a little bit difficult. Just liking the show, liking the stream is very, very helpful. And leaving comments after the show. They're very, very, very helpful. But thank you so much, Benny. Please do not think like you need to support this show financially. Your likes will do the work, okay? But thank you so much. Thank you, Benny. The kind words actually means even more than the super chat. I appreciate that. But let's continue. Wait, let me see if I should continue. Are there more? Yes, there's more there's more Palestinian voices. So I just want to make sure that we have voices from the Gazans. Our children have been killed. Our land, our assets, our money, everything's gone. Everything's gone. What's left? Nothing's left. If not, I'm not afraid. I've lost everything I had. I have nothing left to lose. This is one reason I think also why some of them are braver to come out and say everything they want about Hamas, because they're like, hey, things cannot get worse for me, so I might as well just say everything that's on my mind. I'm not like them. I surrender. I'm stopping more people's bloodshed. What more do they want? What more do they want? There's nothing left in Gaza. She said, shukran, thank you. If they had honor, they think about their woman. Look, the journalist wants to go to other. Look, this woman has so much that she wants to say. The journalist is trying to go to other people, and this woman, like, I'm not done. Why are we women like this? Why? You say we let ambulance. Okay, what? You say we let
לאמבולנסים לצאת, אני רואה פה הרבה מאוד פצועים, ואמרתי, אומר נתנו אפשרות.
You say we let ambulances leave. I see a lot of injured people here.
לאמבולנסים לצאת, אני רואה פה הרבה מאוד פצועים, ואמרת לי,
and you told me up until a week. Oh, so the journalist is talking to an IDF soldier. Up until a week ago, every injured person in the camp could leave. Correct. We let the ambulances leave. Okay, I want to hear from people from Gaza more. Guys, if you don't mind, I know this person might have something important to say, but right now I want to focus again. You can see what this video, you can search for this video if you want to see the parts that I skipped, but I'm really right now we're talking about Gazans. Okay, look, he's not even, look, this person is speaking before even the reporter gets to him. It's like the guy saying they killed us, the bastards. And then the reporter is like, what, brother, what? Look, this guy, look, the guy is just so eager to come to, like, the journalist wasn't even going to him. He wasn't even asking him a question. He just saw a guy with a mic and he's like desperate to just come and talk to him. And they speak first before the journalist asks a question. So now he's saying Hamas are bastards. It's an ISIS terror organization, even worse than ISIS. I agree with him. Hamas is worse than ISIS.
حماس هذه تنظيم إرهاب داعش أصعب من داعش كسوا خدهم.
God damn them.
كسوا خد عظم سنوار.
God damn Sinwar's body, son of a bitch.
أخو شرموطة طلعوا هذا حماس.
It's Hamas. Hamas shot us. Hamas shot, and then the journalist is saying Hamas shot you.
أخذنا حماس. حماس أخوات شرموطة.
Yes, Hamas, those bastards shot you, and then the journalist is saying shot you in the leg.
عشان كابونات.
Yes, to steal our aid, the bastards. We have nothing to eat. What the fuck?
يسرقونا للشرموطة كابونات في شكل عندنا كل بهم سرقوك.
They steal everything, the bastards, and hide.
كلهم بتخبوا اخوات الشرموطة.
اشرح لي بالضبط.
Tell me exactly what happened. Hamas came, Hamas militants. By the way, when some people think that, you know how we have the Hollywood fake videos that some Hamas supporters make. Again, remember, those are the people who are with Hamas. These are anti-Hamas, so that's different. What a lot of other idiots don't understand is that those are so obviously fake. So only idiots fall for those. Like anybody who watches for those fake videos, they're not like this. These are Channel 12. These are professional journalists. Anybody who understands psychology, editing, filmmaking, he can easily tell that those Hollywood videos, anybody could tell that those are fake. This is Channel 12. This is Israeli media. This cannot be faked. The fact that those fake videos that a lot of you are pointing to were so easily identifiable as fake shows that this is not fake. And those are pro-Hamas videos. This is anti-Hamas.
اجوا حماس مصلحين حماس
قبل 5 شهور.
So I think 5 months ago, I got an aid package and they stole it.
باقي لي مساعدات بسرقوها.
They shot me for wanting to eat and give my children food. Wow, what the fuck? Fuck Hamas.
خوني عشان بدي اكل اطعم اولادي.
تاخذ في الرجل.
They shot you in the leg? Yeah, and he says in my leg.
وهذا كمان
And they shot him in the leg too. And no, the other guy is saying, I want to talk. Oh.
اخوه فجره. هذا اخوه فجره.
He says, I want to talk. He's saying they shot him in the leg too. And he's saying also Hamas?
هذا كان فيزيو كمان اخوه فجره كمان هذا بغى يقول لك
كلهم حماس.
كله اخوات شرم.
They're all bastards, not Hamas, they're ISIS.
شرموطه مش حماس هذول داعش اخوات شرموطه هذول.
The other guy was saying, I want to speak too.
בדבר אחד קשה שלא
Okay, one thing so the journalist is saying one thing that's hard not to notice straight away
להבחין מיד. בכמות האדירה
is the huge amount of handicapped people.
של הנכים. אלה על כיסאות.
There are in wheelchairs and those who've lost their legs on crutches.
גלגליים ואלו.
Okay, I want to hear Palestinians.
קטועי הרגליים מדדים על קביים, רבים תוצרים
Most of them are products of the
של
war,
המלחמה, אבל דווקא
but the internal war inside.
המלחמה הפנימית.
Oi! I can't show this on YouTube. What the hell? How is that on YouTube? Maybe because it's been blurred. So this is Hamas basically punishing people. I cannot show that.
الحرب ولا حماس؟
Okay. Is it the war or Hamas? Like what? Like basically, now the journalist is noticing that a lot of people's injuries are because of Hamas. So now they're asking them, "Are you injured because of the war or because of Hamas?" You guys saying Hamas.
حماس تخوك.
Hamas shot you. Apparently, a lot of people are being shot in the leg by Hamas. Okay, so yes, it's because of Hamas.
كله من حماس.
كل هذول
All the handicapped people I see are because of Hamas, and the guy is like, yes.
المشلولين اللي بشوف كلهم من حماس.
حماس هي هذه.
Hamas is a terror organization.
يا زلمه. هاي في قطر.
Okay, so he's in Qatar, the bastard, talking and eating, and look at us. Who's in Qatar? They killed him.
اخو الشرموطه بتكلم بياكل.
Are you talking about? Hey, I have good news for you. Are you talking about Ismail Hania? He's dead. He's in Qatar, the bastard, talking and eating, and look at us.
واحنا خد.
Look.
انا طلع.
Look. Is this a human leg?
هذا جيش بني ادم. هو جيش مرة.
The army took care of me once. The army. So you're saying the Israeli army took care of me.
عالجني جيش بيقولوا جيش
They say the IDF is a criminal army, but they're the ones who took care of me.
هم عالجوني جابوا لي ميه
They brought me water. They brought me food.
والاكل خد.
Look, is this a leg?
هذا جر وطخنا خش.
He shot me here, the bastard.
شرموطه جو ساعدني الله يحمي.
The IDF helped me. May God protect them. They brought us water.
الله يقويهم يا رب يجونا ميه الله يحميكم الله ينصر.
May God protect you. May God give you victory.
عشان بقيت
Okay, so this is the other person who wanted to speak. Because I stole food for my children, they shot me in the leg.
اكل لاولادي طخوني في رجلي. حماس هي
Hamas brought Nakba on us.
هي اللي نكبونا حسبنا الله.
Guys, please send this to any and all the anti-Israeli people. Please send them this video. Please send them this video to everybody who's anti-Israeli so they understand what's happening.
عليهم.
Saying, may God settle the score with them.
الله.
Could I have a oh poor guy? He said, can I have a cigarette?
الله ينصركم.
I say, I hope you win. I don't have one. Water.
الله ينصركم
May God bring you victory against them.
عليهم. الله ينصركم
May God bring you victory against
عليهم.
Hamas.
الله ينصركم على
May God bring you victory against Hamas.
حماس. على حماس.
I spit on Hamas. Now give the man a cigarette. Guys, I'm against smoking, okay? I'm very much against smoking, but get this man a cigarette. You know the whole world is against Israel.
إنه العالم كله ضد.
So the journalist is saying to them, you know the whole, first of all, it's not the whole world. I don't know why he's saying that. But the journalist is saying, you know the whole world is against Israel.
إسرائيل العالم بيقول إنه
The world says Israel destroyed Gaza.
إسرائيل دمرت غزة.
So now the man responds, no, you're the humane ones, not them. You bring in food and they steal
مش
it.
يحملها من سنيه. انتم بتدخلوا اكل مش تكون سنه بتدخلوش اكل لهم بيسرقوه. خلاص ما تجيبون اكل. ببيعوه.
They sell it.
وبقبضوا على اخوه.
See, guys, this is a confirmation of all the things that we have been saying on this channel before. When I told you that when Hamas steals the food and the food that was supposed to be given to the food that Israel brings in, that was supposed to be given to the people of Gaza for free, Hamas steals them, and not only they sell it triple. They triple the price. They triple the price. They profit from it. So and says they take the big cardboard boxes off the aid. Okay, so yeah, because it has the branding.
بياخذوا الكراتين الكبار وبتحط
And give us 2 small cans of fava beans.
بيضحكوا علينا بعلبتين فول.
They silence us with 2 cans of fava beans and go sell it. Okay, so basically they give them a little bit and they to silence them and they go sell the rest.
بيضحكوا علينا بعلبتين فول. بيضحكوا علينا.
أحاول أفهم شيء.
I'm trying to understand something.
إسرائيل يعني بتسمح
Israel lets truck come into the northern
هذول
Gaza.
الشاحنات يفوتوا على شمال غزة.
بيسرقوها.
Yeah, so he's like, okay, and these people are responding. They take it, they just steal it. They steal it. They steal the aid. Guys, again, when the whole world is condemning Israel for why they don't allow aid as much in, this is the reason. When Israel is saying, well, because it goes straight to Hamas and they sell it, this is, you see that this is not, Zionists are not telling you this. This is the people in Gaza are telling you this. They steal it.
حماس بيسرقوا.
Hamas steals it, and yes, and then so the reporter is asking them, Hamas steals it, and look, wow, what the hell? I didn't actually see this before. The Gazan person is responding, I'd rather starve to death.
أظن ميت من الجوع أحسن لي.
أمام عيون.
They steal it in front of you, and he says, yes.
أظن ميت قدام.
Yes, in front of me. And if you say a word, they'll shoot you.
عينيا قدام عينيا قدام عينيا. إذا تكلمت بطخوك.
Guys, this is years of anti-Israeli propaganda with one video. It's poof. I'm not. This is such a powerful video. All the efforts, all the millions and millions of dollars that has been spent on making Israel look bad. This one video just completely destroys all of that. This is such a powerful video. This is amazing work, Channel 12.
بكون على شحون.
They get on the trucks like
زي كيف بطلع.
Okay, like they do to you. Like, is this what they did?
بطلع الشحن هيك.
Yes, they get on the truck with their weapon in their hand
بالدبسة. وين بخبطك؟
and shoot you in a way that leave you handicapped.
بطخ الشهان. وين بطخه؟ بطخ شحان على اللحم. بطخ عشان يشلك.
أنا عارف راح.
Okay, so this woman has a lot to say. This woman is like, apparently this woman has been waiting for a year to be able to unload herself. That's why she has so much to say. So she's saying, I know when I get out of here, Hamas will shoot me. Okay, so she thinks that this is her saying all of these things is going to cost her. See, this goes to what I'm saying. There's no benefit Like, oh, Armin, they're lying. What the fuck would who would this benefit? Why would they, if they're lying, for what ends? This is hugely this is not the lies that you're saying is because Hamas builds propaganda against Israel in the favor of Hamas. Who would this? Why is this Hamas propaganda? Guys, all the fucking lies that you see, they're organized. They're made by Hamas. There is a centralized authority that manages those fucking lies. This obviously there's no Hamas behind this. This is making Hamas look bad and makes Israel look good. And what is in the? If you think they're just lying by themselves, why would this is bringing no benefit to her? What benefit would this have to her? This is only going to bring her risk of torture, of death. What would be the fucking intention of lying here?
على اللحم بطوق عشان يشلك.
انا عارف راح اطلع من هنا راح حماس التخنه حماس
So what did you say?
بطوق عشان يشلك.
انا عارف راح
Saying, I know when I get out of here, Hamas will shoot me. Hamas will
اطلع من
shoot
هنا
me.
حماس التخنه حماس راح التخنه انا هلقيت
I am a I'm oh my god, I'm sorry. It's so insane that sometimes I don't know how else to say I'm a martyr now. I'm a shahida. Shahida is a female version of shahid, means a female martyr. So you're saying I'm a martyr now
شهيده
عشان اللي حكيت
because you talk to us, and she says, yeah, because I talk.
عشان حكيت
مش خايفه
The man is saying, the reporter is saying, aren't you afraid? She's saying, no, I'm not afraid. I've already lost
مش
everything.
خايفه خلاص راح الليله راح ما
I have nothing left to lose.
بيجي جراين عليه
أنا بتوقع
And this man again is saying, I expect the war to end when the hostages return to their homes.
إنه تنتهي الحرب عندما يعود الأسرى المختطفين.
No, guys, the war should not end then. The war should end when Hamas's ability to do anything, even 1% like October 7th, is completely taken away from them. When Hamas's ability to have any control over Gaza is completely taken away from them, or anyone else like that. Okay? So the war, only then the war should end. And even if the war ends, Israel should not leave. Israel should not leave Gaza, in my opinion. I don't know what will happen, but I think Israel should not leave, even if the war ends. Israel should stay there permanently.
إلى ديارهم.
اليهود
طبعا.
Okay, so the Jewish hostages. Yes, of course, yes.
المختطفين.
When the hostages who were kidnapped
عندما اختطفوا في 7 من أكتوبر.
on October 7th returned to their homes in Israel.
إلى ديارهم إلى إسرائيل.
He's saying, I wish, God
إن
willing.
شاء الله. وإن شاء الله.
Inshallah, he says. And we want an Israeli civilian rule in the Gaza Strip. And we want an Israeli civilian rule in the Gaza Strip. There's nothing else. There's no Arab government. There's no Muslim government that will be able to secure these people. These people know that if they have a Muslim government, this will come back at some point. The only thing for these people that could guarantee this shit not happening to them again is if you have Israel ruling over Gaza. That's the only way they know, because if Israel leaves, eventually something else will pop up like Hamas. And we will have this all over again. They're like, hey guys, can you guys just stay here and rule over us so that we don't have to pay this price ever again? Yes, Les, I agree with you.
احنا بدنا حكم مدني من الإدارة الإسرائيلية تحكم قطاع غزة.
והדברים האלו של מוחמד
Okay, so and these words of Muhammad should serve as a red light for all of us.
אמורים להבהב כנורה אדומה עבור כולנו. כי מה שמוחמד
Because what Muhammad and many of the other Palestinians in Gaza want
ורבים מהפלסטינים בעזה רוצים הוא שישראל
is for Israel to come back and
תשוב
rule.
לשם, תשלוט, תנהל את החיים.
Manage life, education and media. Yes, manage their life, manage their education, especially their education, the infrastructure, health,
את החינוך, את התשתיות, את הבריאות. תשאב לתוך
and media. Don't forget media. Okay, that's what we need. This is how we get a better Gaza, for Israel to come and manage to rebuild everything not with their own money. Maybe, I don't know, they could take, Saudi should give the money, I think, but Israel should do the management. I don't trust Saudi to do the management either. Okay, Israel should do the management. Israel should manage the education. Israel should manage the media. This is the solution to getting Gaza de-radicalized, maybe 2 or 3 generations from now.
תוך הביצה.
Guys, the difference are going to be night and day. Okay, when you have this level of destruction under Hamas, and if Israel comes rule over Gaza, and 20 years from now Gaza is peaceful and prosperous, and there's hope for the future, no amount of Islamic brainwashing would be able to convince people that Hamas is the right way. Because this is the victory of the objective world over the narrative world. You could do all the philosophizing, all the religious, brainwashing, all the propaganda. At the end of the day, if you're an Iranian and you open your fridge and it's empty, no amount of narrative is going to fill up your fridge. This is where reality will eventually win. No amount of communist brainwashing will change the obvious difference between this side of the Berlin Wall and the other side of the Berlin Wall. You could spend all you want into spreading Marxism and Leninism to make it sound glorious, to make it sound the ideal thing to do. But at the end of the day, people left on the side of the communist side of the Berlin Wall, the reality and the objective world will catch up to the narrative world, and they will just see with their own fucking eyes that I prefer living on the other side of that fucking wall. I know you have been telling me a lot of stories, but at some point, you cannot fool people forever. You can fool some people for a very long time, but eventually reality will catch up to you, and no amount of brainwashing will work. This is why liberalism eventually will win, even if it doesn't have cheerleaders on their side, because all the enemies of liberalism, they have narratives on their side, but the liberal world has the objective reality on its side, because it will make your lives more prosperous. It will bring you freedom. It will bring you growth. It will bring you stability. And at some point, people are like, I'm tired of these fucking stories that you're telling me. I want what they're having, because we're still human. We're still social animals that we want to live. We want to go out with our friends at night. We want to socialize. We want to dance. We want to sing. We want to kiss our children goodnight before they go to sleep without worrying about a roof falling over their head or a fucking terrorist showing up and killing them in their sleep. That's what humans want. You could talk about other worlds. You could talk about an afterlife. You could talk about God. You could create these made-up stories, all you want. At the end of the day, that's what we humans want. And that's what they want.
שנקראת עזה. בינתיים צה"ל...
Meanwhile, the IDF continues to obtain extraordinary accomplishments. Again, is there any more Gazan voices? No. Okay, so that's it. That's all the Gazan voices. Let me see. We got 2 more super chats. Liz saying, thank you so much, Liz, for your super chat. Saying poor wording earlier. Understood. Okay, so Israel was doing the best thing to de-radicalize. Israel was doing the best thing to de-radicalize Gaza by providing and offering opportunity and education. More work permits than ever were being issued. Yes, sad that Hamas undid all of that on October 7th. It was a tragedy. It was absolutely a tragedy. Yes, I agree with you, Liz. And thank you so much for your support. And then we have NBGSTV saying, oh, the man's name. Okay, the reporter. Ohand Hemo, the reporter, said he chose to blur their faces. They didn't even ask for it. Yes. But he is concerned about revealing their identity. Also, kudos to Ohad for this fluency in local Arabic. Okay, I didn't know. So His Arabic is, you guys can tell that his Arabic is very good. Yeah, kudos to him. So thank you for mentioning the name, because I keep saying thank you for Channel 12, but I also let's specifically thank the journalist as well. His name is Ohan Himo. Well, thank you, sir. That was an amazing report. Congratulations. You just with a 20-minute video, you managed to completely destroy 1 year of anti-Israeli propaganda. You're an amazing man. Thank you so much for your amazing report. You need to be celebrated. And apparently you speak really good local Arabic as well. So great job on that. Let me see. Do I want to respond to all of these comments? It's already been 2 hours. Sarah, thank you so much for starting people's comments. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention. I was going to read you. I was going to show you this report. Yes. Oh my God, I forgot. So Sarah, can you reduce the start comments to only 5 while I show people this report, because this is important, because I don't want the show to get too long. So let me actually summarize this for you. Okay, so again, you could search for this yourself. You can see it on the screen. Let me actually make it more zoomed in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is a Reuters article, and they have all their facts and all their data here. You could go read the full thing. The title, if you're not looking at the screen, I will just read the title for you. Hamas faces dissent in Gaza as heavy toll weakens support for war a year on. Okay, so this is from October 8th, 2024. So this is quite recent. So let me actually read the data. Okay, so apparently to the data based on this article, 57% of Gazans believe the decision to launch the October 7th attack on Israel was incorrect, while only 39% support it. Okay, so that's a huge number. 57% we're now into the majority number. We're in the majority number. That's fantastic. Again, guys, I'm not trying to generalize. I'm giving you the real numbers. Again, you could go read this whole article yourself, okay? This is, and it says, this marks a notable shift from previous sentiments where support for such actions was higher. And then it says, additionally, the same poll found that only 36% of Gazans want Hamas to govern Gaza after the war, down from 46%. So that's a 10% drop. That was for the 46% was in June 2024. Now the latest number is 36%. So that's a huge drop. So you guys, you can see we can make significant improvements in short amount of time. And then say this suggests growing dissatisfaction with Hamas's leadership and its role in the ongoing conflict. All right. So again, I'm not going to read the entire article, but you could see it on the screen. It goes into a lot of deep details and analysis, and you could read all of that yourself. So I just wanted to make sure that I include that. Again, just please understand that I'm not trying to generalize everybody there. I just want to make sure that you hear these people's voices, okay? It's not that simple. We got another super chat. Oh, Amir saying, who did the research? Well, you could go read the article. It's in the article, okay? So I'm just doing Occam's razor. Reuters probably would not cite a research that is not authoritative. Like Reuters is a media outlet that when they cite something, they cite something that is good. Okay, I mean that's just Occam's razor. Nothing is for certain, but you could go find the details of the sources of data in the Reuters article, right? Yes. So, and also Carl gave us a super chat. Carl saying, very impressive video, good pick and good stream. Well, thank you so much, Carl. I appreciate that. Guys, your kind words. I know, like, I ask for likes, and your super chats also mean a lot. And I ask for people to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification and recommend this channel. And after the show is over, to leave a comment. But also, the messages of support is also gives me energy. Like, that's also very helpful. So thank you for that. Also, Carl is saying, Saud, how can we get the modern mindset into their heads? By giving them hope. Okay, guys, it's the modern mindset that as much as we advertise the modern mindset and Western liberal way of looking at the world, to be honest, this goes against my work and activism. Again, the reality of the world at some point will show that the modern mindset works, and people will choose it themselves even without you advocating for it and advertising it. If we are advertising it, it's because we want to get there faster, even by a little bit. But to be honest, even without us advertising it, it will eventually have the highest amount of buy-in just because it works. So I am hopeful for the future. I'm hopeful for the future of humanity and the world. We will win this. Mohsen is saying, Armin, why are there so few men among them? I don't know. Maybe because they're. I don't know. That might be a good question. Maybe because they died. I don't know. I didn't even notice. I didn't even do a stats on what was the ratio. But that's an interesting observation. So I don't know. Maybe leave your comments if you guys have any ideas. Jazz is saying maybe people don't believe them because of what the Quran and Muhammad teaches, and they have very strong belief in the teaching. I don't know. I'm assuming. Yeah, Jazz. That's why a lot of people don't understand. Islam is a anti-human ideology. Okay. However, the humanity in all of us, including Muslims, is stronger than Islam. This is why I am anti-Islam, but I'm not anti-Muslim. Islam tries but fails to rob every Muslim of their humanity. So I understand, and I add the hatred for Islam, and I hate Islam, and I also advocate for more hatred of Islam. But I do not translate my hatred of Islam to hatred of Muslims, because I know as powerful of a virus of Islam is, it will never be able to capture most Muslims' humanity away from them. I mean, it manages to do that to some people, like Hamas, like ISIS, like Al-Qaeda, like people within the Islamic Republic, like the Taliban. But when it comes to the most Muslims, it will never be as successful to be able to completely finish the job in most people. That's why people need to separate Muslims from Islam. We're anti-Islam partly because we care for Muslims. Paris saying a Kurdish doctor volunteered in Gaza. He learned two things: that Palestinians hate Kurds. They hated him for his Kurdish name. Secondly, he said that 10% at most support Hamas. Yeah, and again, guys, the Palestinian people who we might be celebrating today might have other problematic views. And again, nothing is complete, nothing is general. Again, I do not excuse, but I understand having horrible views in such a place like Gaza. I might have horrible views if I lived in Gaza. Okay. In fact, hating people for their identity or for their belongings in certain groups is part of human nature. However, the modern world has been able to overcome that. Okay, so we just need to introduce more people to modernity. If people have been held back, the solution is to include them. Okay, I do not want to give up on people just because they have bad views. People are capable of changing. People are capable of changing faster than you think. We have to have hope, and that's why I want to highlight these voices, because that will give us hope for the future, because that's the only way. Other than winning in battle, this is the only way. We have to have hope in people. We have to accept that even if they cannot change, their children can change. Even if their children cannot change, their grandchildren can change. That's the only way that we could solve this. So don't dismiss people entirely. Anyways, I really want to thank Sarah for highlighting the comments. And I also want to thank one of our volunteers called Nima, and also wish him a happy birthday. Today is Susanna's birthday and Nima's birthday. So happy birthday to both of them, to Susanna, our CEO. Guys, I posted something on our community tab to celebrate Susanna's birthday. Please but I didn't know it's Nima's birthday as well. So please wish him a happy birthday as well. Thank you, Nima, for all the volunteer work that you do for each other, for us. I mean, for each other. I'm tired, but if you guys want to wish Susanna also a happy birthday, I posted this in our community tab, and oh wow, we got already 100 comments wishing Susanna happy birthday. And yeah, so if you guys want to add your comments, go there in our community tab and leave a comment there as well. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you for everything you do, and happy birthday. And thank you guys, everybody. Thank you for all the messages of support. The messages of support really do give me energy. I mean it. I'm not just saying that, okay? I'm really grateful for all of that. I do read your comments after the show when you leave the comments. So I will anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the likes. And see you again on the next stream. All right, bye. Mwah. Don't forget to like and stay liberal. Oh, I love you too.